Good afternoon. This is Akashvani and I am Valsa Williams with the Midday News. The headlines. Winter session of Parliament begins. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says it is not just a ritual but it fuels efforts to take India towards development. Lok Sabha adjourned till 2 p.m. following opposition uproar on various issues. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar calls for a stronger global biosecurity framework, warns of rising bioterrorism threat. UPI transactions increased by 32% in November, as per report released by NPCI. Death toll in Indonesian flood rises to 442. And India men's team qualifies for 2026 AFC Under 17 Asian Cup to be held in Saudi Arabia. The winter session of Parliament began today. The session will provide a total of 15 sittings spread over a period of 19 days. Lok Sabha was adjourned till 2 p.m. following opposition uproar on various issues, including special intensive revision of electoral rolls. When the Lok Sabha assembled at 12 noon after the first adjournment, the opposition members again started sloganeering. Amid sloganeering union, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman introduced the Central Excise Amendment Bill 2025 to levy excise duty on tobacco and its related products. Ms. Sitharaman also introduced Health Security National Security Cess Bill 2025 to impose cess on production of specified goods like pan masala. The minister also introduced the Manipur Goods and Services Tax Second Amendment Bill 2025 to amend the Manipur Goods and Services Tax Act 2017. The House also extended the time for the presentation of the report of the Select Committee on the Jan Vishwas Amendment of Provisions Bill 2025 up to the last day of the second week of the winter session. The lower house also extended the presentation of the report of the Select Committee on the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Amendment Bill 2025 up to the last day of the winter session. Despite the appeal, the opposition members continued with their protest, following which the Speaker adjourned the House till 2 p.m. Earlier, when the Lok Sabha assembled at 11 a.m., Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla made obituary references and paid tribute to the passing away of Dharmendra, Colonel retired Sona Ram Chaudhary, Professor Vijay Kumar Malhotra and Ravi Nayak. The Speaker recalled their contributions to public life before the House observed a moment of silence in their memory. When the Lok Sabha took up question hour, the opposition members started sloganeering on various issues, including special intensive revision of electoral rolls. Speaker Om Birla expressed displeasure over the behaviour of the protesting members, saying disrupting the proceedings of the House is not appropriate.
मैं पुनः आग्रह कर रहा हूं, सदन में नियोजित तरीके से बाधित करना लोकतंत्र में अच्छी परंपराएं नहीं है। आप अपनी सीट पर विराजें। सदन की कार्रवाई आज 12 बजे तक के लिए स्थगित की जाती है।
Despite the appeal, the opposition members continued with their protest, following which the Speaker adjourned the House till 12 noon. When the Rajya Sabha met at 11 a.m., Gurvinder Singh Oberoi, Chaudhry Mohammad Ramzan and Sajjad Ahmad Kishlu of Jammu and Kashmir National Conference took oath as members of Parliament in the upper house. Welcoming Chairman C.P. Radhakrishnan, who presided over the Rajya Sabha for the first time today, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said Mr. Radhakrishnan's rise from an ordinary background to the Vice Presidency reflects the true strength of the country's democracy.
हमारे सभापति जी एक किसान परिवार से निकले हैं और पूरा जीवन समाज सेवा के लिए समर्पित किया है। समाज सेवा ये उनकी निरंतरता रही है। राजनीतिक क्षेत्र उसका एक पहलू रहा, लेकिन समाज के प्रति समर्पित होकर के जितना कुछ अपने युवा काल से लेकर अब तक वो करते आए हैं, करते रहे हैं, वो हम सभी समाज सेवा के प्रति रुचि रखने वाले लोगों के लिए एक प्रेरणा है, एक मार्गदर्शन है।
Deputy Chairman Harivansh, welcoming the Chairman, spoke about Mr. Radhakrishnan's commitment to his principles. Welcoming the Chairman, Leader of Opposition Mallikarjun Kharge expressed confidence that Mr. Radhakrishnan will be impartial and treat the opposition and the Treasury benches equally.
I wish to re-emphasize critical importance of the office of the chairman, Rajya Sabha, which the Constituent Assembly had intended on your rest the heavy responsibility, smooth conduct of the proceedings of the August Council of States, which goes a long way in maintaining the dignity and pivotal relevance of the House.
Leaders of different political parties also welcomed Mr. Radhakrishnan on assuming the chair. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said the winter session is not just a ritual, but it fuels efforts to take India towards development. Addressing the media ahead of the winter session of Parliament, Mr. Modi said, India's economic rise today is reaching remarkable heights. He said this momentum gives renewed confidence to India to be on the path towards becoming a developed nation. The Prime Minister added that India has proven that democracy can deliver.
भारत ने सिद्ध कर दिया है डेमोक्रेसी कैन डिलीवर। जिस गति से आज भारत की आर्थिक स्थिति नई ऊंचाइयों को प्राप्त कर रही है, विकसित भारत के लक्ष्य की ओर जाने में ये हमें नया विश्वास तो जगाती है, नई ताकत भी देती है।
Prime Minister Modi urged all parties that the winter session should not become a battleground for frustration born out of defeat, nor should it turn into an arena for arrogance born out of victory. He said negativity may have some utility in politics, but ultimately nation building requires a positive mindset.
मेरा सभी दलों से आग्रह है कि शीतकालीन सत्र में पराजय की बौखलाहट को मैदान नहीं बनना चाहिए और विजय के अहंकार में भी परिवर्तित नहीं होना चाहिए। बहुत ही संतुलित तरीके से जिम्मेवारी के साथ जनप्रतिनिधि के रूप में देश की जनता का हमसे जो अपेक्षाएं हैं उसको संभालते हुए हम आगे के लिए सोचें, जो है उसको कैसे अच्छा कर सके, अगर बुरा होता है तो उसमें सटीक टिप्पणी कैसे कर सके ताकि देश के नागरिकों का भी ज्ञानवर्धन हो।
The government has said that 12 fake universities which were operating in the country have been closed since 2014. In a written reply to a question in the Lok Sabha, Minister of State for Education Dr. Sukanto Majumdar said currently 24 fake universities operating in the country, and the Centre and UGC have requested to Chief Secretaries of all the states and UTs to take legal action for closure of these institutions and take appropriate action. Mr. Majumdar said maintenance of law and order is a subject matter of state governments. He informed that FIRs have been lodged against several self-styled institutions and universities. President Draupadi Murmu today said India is on course not just for economic independence, but expanding its economic role at the global stage. She said this while addressing the convocation ceremony of the Footwear Design and Development Institute in New Delhi. The President noted that the footwear industry is playing a key role in boosting the economy, with exports worth more than $2,500 million in the fiscal year 2024-25.
फुटवेयर प्रोडक्शन और कंजप्शन में संख्या की दृष्टि से भारत का विश्व में दूसरा स्थान है। वित्त वर्ष 2024-25 के दौरान भारत का फुटवेयर एक्सपोर्ट $2,500 मिलियन US से कुछ अधिक था। हमारे फुटवेयर इंपोर्ट्स लगभग $680 मिलियन के थे।
External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar today called for urgent global reforms to strengthen biosecurity and fortify the Biological Weapons Convention (BWC). The minister said this while addressing the conference on 50 years of the Biological Weapons Convention, strengthening biosecurity for the Global South in New Delhi. Dr. Jaishankar noted that scientific advances are rapidly outpacing existing global governance frameworks, posing new risks for international security. He added that the convention remains the guardrail between innovation and misuse in the life sciences in an uncertain international security environment.
Bioterrorism is a serious concern, and the international community has to be adequately prepared. Yet, the BWC still lacks basic institutional structure. It has no compliance system, it has no permanent technical body, and no mechanism to track new scientific developments. These gaps must be bridged in order to strengthen confidence.
This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our X handle at AIR News Alerts, and for details of stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and download News on AIR app. Welcome back to the Midday News. The Unified Payments Interface UPI saw 32% transaction count growth year-on-year, crossing over 19 billion transactions in the month of November, along with registering 22% annual growth in transactions. Data released by the National Payments Corporation of India, NPCI, has shown average daily transaction amount in November stood at 87,721 crore rupees. The month of November recorded 682 million average daily transaction counts, up from 668 million registered in October. Special Intensive Revision SIR is progressing at a rapid pace across Madhya Pradesh. Our correspondent in Bhopal has shared more details on the ongoing process.
Under the directions of the Election Commission, the digitalization of enumeration forms under SIR is being carried out swiftly in Madhya Pradesh. 6 districts, Ashoknagar, Neemuch, Baitul, Guna, Mandla and Sihor have achieved 100% completion. Total of 39 districts have crossed the 95% mark, while 5 districts have completed over 92%, reflecting commendable performance across the state. Meanwhile, the Election Commission has issued the revised schedule for SIR. Pipin Kumar Mishra, Akashvani News, Bhopal.
Gita Jayanti is being celebrated today. Several Indian diplomatic missions worldwide celebrated International Gita Mahotsav, reflecting on the timeless relevance and enduring wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita in contemporary times. In Kenya, Indian High Commissioner to Kenya, Adarsh Swaika, expressed appreciation to associations and organizations in Kenya that are involved in the teaching of the Bhagavad Gita. According to the Indian High Commission in Nairobi, discourses on Srimad Bhagavad Gita and chanting of shloks were presented by representatives and students of ISKCON. Prime Minister Narendra Modi extended his greetings to the people across the country on Gita Jayanti, associated with the advent of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. In a social media post, Mr. Modi said, "This divine scripture, adorned with invaluable messages on the fulfillment of duty, has held an extremely distinctive place in the Indian family, social and spiritual life." On the occasion of Gita Jayanti today, the concluding day of the Gita Jayanti International Mahotsav, a series of special programs are being organized in Kurukshetra.
On the occasion of Gita Jayanti, Haryana Chief Minister Naib Singh Saini today worshipped the holy book Gita and offered oblations in the Havan at the Gita Sthali Jyotisar. Later, the Chief Minister, along with Yoga Guru Swami Ramdev and Gita scholar Swami Gyananand, participated in the global Gita Path at Keshav Park in Kurukshetra, where 21,000 children from all over India and abroad participated in the global Gita Path together. The Chief Minister will also participate in the 48th Course Conference going to be held in University, the Utsav at Sanhit Sarovar and Maha Aarti at Brahma Sarovar in the evening. Ashwini Kumar Sharma, Kashwani News, Chandigarh.
The 26th edition of the Hornbill Festival, the Festival of Festivals, will kick off today at the Naga Heritage Village in Kisama, Kohima. Coinciding with Nagaland's Statehood Day, the 10-day festival will bring together all major Naga tribes under one roof, celebrating tradition, folklore, music, craft and cuisine. In football, India stunned Iran 2-1 in the men's under-17 AFC Asian Cup 2026 qualifiers at the EKA Arena in Ahmedabad. With this win, India have booked their ticket to the 2026 AFC Under-17 Asian Cup to be held in Saudi Arabia. Union Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, Dr. Mansukh Mandavia, congratulated the Indian team for their historic win and qualifying for the AFC Under-17 Asian Cup. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Winter session of Parliament begins. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says it is not just a ritual, but it fuels efforts to take India towards development. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar calls for a stronger global biosecurity framework, warns of rising bioterrorism threat. UPI transactions increased by 32% in November as per report released by NPCI. Death toll in Indonesian flood rises to 442, and India men's team qualifies for 2026 AFC Under 17 Asian Cup to be held in Saudi Arabia. And with that, we end the midday news.